Hi. In case you don't know me, I'm Izzy. And this is my history. Herstory. I was born in New York and raised in LA. When I was 14, we moved to Seattle, and it was quite a change. At that point in my life, I was 14 years old, and I weighed probably 180 pounds. So I was a big girl, not that big. I mean, big, but not as big as I am now, obviously. But I remember being picked on for the first time when I came up here to Washington. I was in the 8th grade, just going into school, and this kid, I'll never forget his name, just called me a whale and started chasing me around like I was some school kid. Like, it was so stupid. I had never encountered such a thing in LA, because LA kids have a different mindset of respect, I guess. I don't know. I've never encountered that kind of behavior. Plus, I was really popular when I was in LA at my elementary and my junior high school. Then when I came here to Washington, my popularity was like here, and just took a nosedive because I didn't know anybody. I was the new girl, and I withdrew. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to go hang around with the boy that called me a whale, and the teachers did nothing about it. So I ended up going to alternative school. Now, alternative school is like school for druggies, school for gangbangers and baby mamas, and that was my school. But I learned a lot. I had really good friends at that school, and I lost weight during that time. I think that my weight does seem to my weight seems to coincide with how I'm doing socially. I've had a lot of anxiety over the past few years, and I really think that has a lot to do with how I perceive food. I perceive food as a comfort, as something to snuff out the anxiety and the anxious feelings. I am just an anxious person to begin with, and I have a lot of history behind it. I've had some traumatic things happen in the past, and I know that we don't really talk about those things, but Jessica said that she wanted to talk about those things, and I agreed. I said those things are important. I mean, why hide them? So the two big main factors in my life, three main factors I'd say. My grandfather died when I was 12. He was like a father figure to me. Second thing, the World Trade Center. My favorite uncle was a lieutenant firefighter with ladder 42, I think. He was a lieutenant, and the day they got called in, he was just getting off of work, and he went to the buildings. He saved some people from, escorted them out or whatever, went in, kept going back in, kept doing his thing, and then the first tower collapsed. After that, he was still alive, and there's this picture of him going back into the second tower, and it's but he didn't make it. And we went back to New York for the funeral, and after that I started having symptoms of anxiety. I started eating. I gained so much weight. Just thinking about it, I just get like this gut feeling of just horribleness. And it's like we had to go to his wake and stay there for 2 days, and the funeral the next day, and just the procession. They closed the freeways. Mayor Rudolph Giuliani was there, and it was a really, really, really numbing experience because he was my favorite uncle. Well, one of my favorite uncles. I have an East Coast and West Coast favorite. But I just remember he was really into fitness, and he was really into like kids, and so that's one of the things that causes me anxiety. I always worry about nuclear war. I always worry about war. I always worry about things that I should just let go and just breathe. But I just can't. So the second thing that happened to me, I was in a waiting room with my fiance. Like, this was in 2002. And he grabbed me and went and then like his eyes just sort of like started going gray, and they just kind of like were gone. And I just looked at him and I was like, oh my god, he's dead. And he was my partner for two and a half years, and he like died right in front of me. Then they revived him. He was alive for 1 month. 15 days he spent in a coma. I was there every day by his side. And that traumatized me, seeing someone die in front of me. It was like really hard. It was really like one of the worst things I have ever had to go through. Also his funeral and all that was like really hard. But I also had an abusive father, and started gaining weight, and he became more abusive, just physically abusive, mentally abusive. Thankfully not sexually abusive. Because, but yeah, so we all have our stories, and I don't know, I just thought that we'd share ours with you. There's lots of reasons why people are fat, and it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't. It just means that you have a problem with control. That's about it. Stay tuned for, well, I think Jessica posted hers already, but go watch Jessica's history and see what she's all about. She's a really interesting girl, and she's awesome. She's Hello Kitty knee socks. I'm Rushed Artist, and I bid you adieu. Oh, I just wanted to say, hi Duke!